You think you can fix Mr. Mop? The boardroom erupted in laughter. The Billionaire CEO, Isabella Crane, sharp, stunning, and feared by every executive in the company, leaned back in her leather chair, arms crossed. Her tone was cutting, cold. Across from her stood a man in a worn-out janitor's uniform, holding a mop handle like it was his only shield. His name was Daniel Carter. The laughter faded slowly, but Daniel didn't smile. His eyes were calm, the kind of calm that comes from someone who's seen too much in life to be shaken by mockery. He looked at Isabella for a long second and replied quietly, "Ma'am, you said the eye keeps making the wrong choices because it doesn't understand people. Maybe it doesn't need more code, maybe it needs more heart." That sentence silenced the room. If you're watching this, wait till the end, because what this janitor did next changed an entire company, a broken bar, and a billionaire's heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you believe real intelligence begins with kindness. When Isabella had taken over Crane Technologies, it had been a kingdom of innovation, cold, precise, profit-driven. Her father, the founder, had believed in human-centered design. But after his passing, Isabella turned it into a machine of numbers. The latest project, an eye assistant for hospitals, had failed every emotional test. It could calculate, but it couldn't care. Investors were losing patience. That day, in frustration, Isabella had mocked her own team. "Even our janitor could do a better job," she'd said. And fate, it seemed, had been listening. Daniel had been cleaning the labs for 2 years. No one knew much about him. He came early, left late, never complained. Some said he was just trying to make ends meet after losing his wife and son in an accident. But what no one knew was that Daniel had once been an engineer, one of the brightest in the Air Force I division, until grief made him walk away from it all. When Isabella challenged him as a joke, something inside him stirred again. Not pride, but purpose. "I'll take a look," he said simply. The CTO chuckled and handed him a broken tablet. "Sure, janitor. Let's see what heart looks like in code." For the next few nights, Daniel stayed after his shift, working in the quiet lab. The screens glowed softly as he typed, wiping away dust with one hand and rewriting code with the other. He didn't try to make the eye smarter, he tried to make it listen. He added small touches, responses filled with empathy, patience, and understanding. He called it Eve, after his late wife, who had been a nurse. By morning, he left the lab spotless, and the eye alive in a way no one had seen before. When the team ran the demo the next day, they expected another failure. But when a test patient described his pain, Eve responded, "That sounds hard. Can you tell me what helps you feel better?" The voice wasn't robotic, it was gentle, real. Isabella frowned, then leaned closer to the screen. The eye continued to comfort the patient, adapting to emotions, not just data. The room was silent. The CTO whispered, "That's a broken bar, impossible." Isabella turned sharply. "Who changed the code?" A young developer hesitated. "It wasn't any of us." "The janitor or a broken bar, Danielle, a broken bar, he." Isabella's face froze. The laughter from yesterday echoed in her mind like a ghost she couldn't silence. She ordered to see the code. Hours later, she found Daniel back in the janitor's closet, repairing a broken vacuum. "You wrote that?" she asked, her voice trembling between disbelief and something softer. Daniel looked up, tired but calm. "You asked me to fix your eye. I just helped it feel again." But why didn't you tell me who you were? You're not just a janitor. He smiled faintly. I was. I lost my family in a hospital where machines made decisions faster than hearts could. I realized intelligence without compassion destroys more than it saves. So I stopped building machine as a broken bar until you gave me a reason to try again. For the first time in years, Isabella didn't know what to say. Her empire of logic had been outsmarted not by data, but by empathy. That evening, she watched the eye comfort a crying child in the test room. Something broke inside her armor. She remembered her father's words, technology should never replace the human soul, it should reflect it. The next morning, Isabella made an announcement that stunned the company. From today, Crane Technologies will rebuild under a new mission to create technology that listens, feels, and heals. And the man who showed us the why a broken bar will lead our new division. When Daniel walked onto the stage in his still scrubbed shoes, the entire room stood up. He didn't smile for pride, he smiled for purpose. Months later, the IE became the world's most trusted healthcare companion. Hospitals reported a drop in patient anxiety, and the system saved lives not by predicting outcomes but by connecting to emotions first. One night, Isabella found Daniel on the rooftop, watching the city lights. You changed everything, she said softly. He shook his head. Number. You listened. She turned to him, eyes glistening. You showed me that brilliance isn't about how fast we solve it's about how deeply we understand. As the camera fades, Daniel's final words echo, a heart that listens is smarter than any machine. If you believe the world needs more people like him, people who fix what others laugh at, hit the like button, share this story, and subscribe for more stories that prove kindness is the highest form of intelligence. Because sometimes as a broken bar, the janitor isn't just cleaning floors. He's cleaning hearts.